Doodly derp derp. Derpity derp. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mass Effect, the game that makes you choose choices that aren't really choices, but people thought they were going to be bigger than they really were, because they had no idea how game design works. Ah! 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 Why is everything exploding? I think I need to volumate the game. Nope, not really. Razoo. Alright. Razoo. Me. Got to get this in the right spot and shrink it down in size a bit. La 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 la. Just driving around in the Mako is fun, 'cause you get to shoot things in the face. Shoot 'em in the face. And I think we're having a bit of texture pop. Pop, 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 pop. Poppity pop, 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 pop. Really? I will destroy you! Like, I'd believe that if you actually managed to do it. Aww, you're all dead. It appeared it was I who destroyed you. Goddamn, let me in the hole. Oh dear, that sounded way more aggressive than I wanted it to. I like that my throat isn't dying anymore. It doesn't hurt me to my very core. Door, Lord. If you like what you've seen so far today, go to www.patreon.com/Sequana1. The guy may be a shill, but at least I'm honest about it. And as they say, is honesty not the best policy? Yes, Jazz, it is. I don't care that you're a cat and you don't believe in honesty. Stupid little kitty. Well, not little. He likes to think he's way smaller than he is. I literally think Jazz thinks he's like half the size he actually is. Because he likes to stick himself in places that just don't make no goddamn sense. As our friend of the show, Twinbee, can attest. I had a smoothie for breakfast today. It's pretty stuck with me still. But I'm kind of a little bit hungry, so maybe I'll have a salad after Mass Effect. Mass Effect. Dick Ass Effect. Fuck all. I didn't mean to repair the bloody thing. Marble. Oh. Wait, is there any ham left from the Easter? Alright, cool, I might have some. Oh. Well. Curse my poor timing! I know we still have plenty of sliced ham. Because it's vacuum sealed in a pack. I wonder how the new Mako, the Nomad, is compared to the Mako. Here it has no weapons, which just seems silly to me. So as far as I know, Andromeda at least was smart enough to include controller setups from the goddamn beginning. Unlike Mass Effect 1 through 3, they're like, you play controller? Huh?
Looks like nobody's home.
Alright. I kind of wish I had the equipment and stuff, like 5, 10 years ago when Mass Effect first came out. Oh, it will be 10 years this November. Holy crap. When Mass Effect first came out, so I could have gotten to the game streaming thing when it was like still new and fresh and profitable.
According to these data logs, the survey team unearthed some kind of alien technology.
Could be answers at the excavation site.
Get out of my goddamn way, Ashley! Your big ass. Now we enter the dark hole.
Shields!
Bring it on.
I've heard of these machine cultists. They unearthed some kind of alien technology, and it turns them into mindless fanatics.
Yes. Some kind of alien technology.
Whatever they found.
We totally don't know what the cause is. I fired my lasers and my phasers. So I would hope my Shepard's not anywhere near as much of an idiot as Tyrannicons. But then again, that was just the character himself. Not the player. Well, that's this mission over with. Open. I saw something opened. will be playing this till about 4 o'clock. And then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to be playing Stellaris today. Or if I just have lunch at that point. So I can watch one of the movies I checked out from the library. That's all you can say, Jazz? Is that all you can say for yourself? Freaking cat. Doing silly cat things. Yeah, stop growling. You're not scary. I might have gotten Mike to play through characters confused. That would have been an awkward situation. Let's go deal with this son bitch. Alright, let's see. I went to the wrong system. Actually, you know what? I'll try doing both, see what happens. first. Bag. Mingito. Oh! Excuse me. Carlos Shepherd down there. He's the Shepherd I'm using to record all the elevator dialogue on when I feel like doing those sessions, which are few and far between. Because it's pretty much exactly that, just riding down the elevator for hours. Trying to catch all the snippets of dialogue and stuff. Because I've never seen a video that had all of it in one convenient package. And once I have all of it recorded, with the assistance of friend of the show Twinbee, I'm going to edit it all together and pump it up on the YouTubes. Traveling on this planet, trying to find all the stuff. Sorry about the buzzing sound you're going to be hearing. It's just a little too warm in the room to be without the fan. I wish you could, like, send pings out with the Mako to, like, detect, mineral deposits and stuff like that. That'd have been kind of a cool feature to have added. This is totally gonna have me fighting a thresher maw for that mineral.
You need to turn back, Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area.
I don't know why this mineral is located so far outside of the operation range, but it is. And I think it's the only mineral that's like that that's outside of the normal operations area. And I think it's the only mineral that you have to fight a thresher maw to get to. Kind of a weird spot in the game. But I guess it's because this mission was only going to be was predominantly going to be achieved by people who had gone full Renegade. So maybe these two missions weren't as well mapped out as the other ones. Which don't really care about your alignment. Which I'm kind of glad that they got rid of in Mass Effect Andromeda. Because let's face it, Renegade and Paragon were not very well implemented in the trilogy. So why not give a more natural sort of approach? Like, hey, you tend to make this kind of choice and this kind of choice repeatedly. So that's going to build a psych profile about how your character may or may not deal with things that they encounter that are new. To me, that sounds way more interesting than just be, are you blue or are you red? Let's see. That was a quick one. So apparently the strategy guide for this game didn't have all of the uninhabited planets in it. So you'd ended up not getting all of the information from it. I guess it makes sense because there's like 100 planets you can land on in this game. Ugh. Most of them are kind of generic. Okay. Nope.
I'd hoped the Alliance would take this meeting seriously. Instead, they insult me by sending a military grunt to show me how tough they are. According to your file, your only mark of distinction is that you stupidly got your own soldiers killed on Torfin.
I'm not here to put up with your crap, Darius. Shall we talk, or should I just shoot you now?
You can't speak to me that way. You and your Alliance owe me, Shepard. You see this gun? This is your gun. Your military set me up here, and now it wants to pretend it doesn't know me! But I know the truth. The Alliance needed me here, so treat me with the respect I deserve!
Someone once said that diplomacy comes from the barrel of a gun.
You can't talk that way to me. The Alliance will
Go, go, go!
A lot of people think Darius there was originally going to be a Batarian, but they hadn't finished the model at that point, so that's why he was just a generic human grunt. Which kind of makes sense since the way he talks about the Alliance as if he's not human. Any day that ends with one less crackpot self-proclaimed lord on the frontier is a good one. You earned your pay today. Millions for defense, not 1 cent for tribute.
All targets down.
I forgot you gotta toggle the switch inside there to unlock the door. Yeah, I wasn't gonna give that guy what he wanted. It's like, you do not disrespect the ship. At least not without paying the price. He paid the ultimate price. I love how it's like, oh, you stupidly got your team killed on forfeit. It's like, yeah. And I single-handedly fought hundreds of Batarians. Do you really want to pick that fight? But then again, Darius clearly wasn't completely there. He had to be put down for the safety of all. It was a police action after all.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
I'm sorry that you were unable to negotiate with Darius peacefully. His death is regrettable. Nevertheless, the resulting chaos will create a power vacuum that makes future raids upon our miners unlikely.
You put Darius in power, but he was getting greedy. You wanted me to kill him.
The Alliance does not condone assassination. We would never give that order. Killing Darius was your decision alone. And because you're a Spectre, we couldn't reprimand you if we wanted to. Thank you for your assistance in this matter, Commander. Fifth Fleet out.
I don't know if there's anything in Mass Effect 2 if you let Darius survive. I should make an experiment with that at some point in the future. Have a game where Darius lives. Could be interesting. I know you get a reference to the clinic that the company that this clinic you saved from the bionic terrorists here having issues after this event. If you didn't do it. Beyond that, not really much. It's more just like a bit of news you hear while walking around the Citadel in Mass Effect 2. Yeah, I am. I've got video here. Yeah. Yeah, it shows me being broadcast according to the... No dropped frames listed. Huh. Why is it listing these offline? Why is it listing these offline? Yeah, I think it looks like it might be Ebony's issue. Because I just went to Twitch and popped right up for me. From the Twitch end of things, yeah. I think Ebony might be having issues with her feed, though. Boy, Todd. Yes, people, you did just see that. This one little spot alone gives you 3 Asari writings. Out of the, I believe it's 13? Nah, 10 you need. Because even if you don't get the mission, because you're not Paragon enough for this, you still can go to the planet. Dun 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 dun. That is really freaking weird, because like I said, I went to my channel myself, and I could get the video running alright. What the hell? Huh. I don't know what it could be. Let me try looking at my channel again. See if maybe there's some button I hit somewhere that's screwing with something. Some button I hit somewhere that's screwing with something. Online. That's weird, because on my end the channel's working fine. It would happen like this, that you would be screwed up. The one viewer I get consistently. Well, hopefully you'll be able to watch the YouTube version when I upload that later today. So you'll at least be able to catch what you missed.
Heading to position.
Garrison Rex. Garrison Rex. I gotta love that by having the Andromeda Initiative leave before the events of Mass Effect 3, that's how they can explain why the Krogans in it still have the genophage, regardless of your decision. Now, is the video on demand working for you at all? Hey, mineral deposit. Approximate straight line from the other mineral deposit.
On my way.
See, nearly a direct straight line between the two. The other one's probably in here somewhere, if there's the third one on this planet.
Perimeter secure.
The opera scene from Final Fantasy VI.
Neat. Ah. Right. Right. I never got that mission because I wasn't the right kind of person for it.
Intruders! Kill the hostage!
Go, go, go!
I will destroy you! You must die!
I will destroy you!
See how it is? You write letters and everyone ignores you. Force is the only thing people appreciate. So how about if I kill Chairman Burns and finish this charade? Please! I was trying to help you people!
Let's not do anything we're all going to regret.
Why not? What have we got to lose? Since the chairman here decided that we didn't get reparations, we've got nothing left to live for. But I've changed my mind. See, it's clear that you all deserve...
Now the character's faces don't look like
You
both
had
of
your
them.
chance. Some L2s are nearly crippled from side effects of the implants, but you voted against reparations.
If you die fighting, you'll get a lot of biotics killed as well.
What do you mean?
You've just made all L2 biotics look like terrorists. Think of what will happen to them.
But people need to hear about what the government has done and what it has failed to do. People have already heard. You don't have to kill me to make your point. You're right. I don't want to die. Maybe something will happen this time. We surrender. Thank you, Commander. I thought I was dead when they took me. I'll see to it that the reparations discussion is reopened. I didn't know they were so desperate.
Then you weren't doing your job. The 5th Fleet cruiser will pick you and the prisoners up.
Like, just because I'm Renegade doesn't mean I gotta go around killing people. Well, at least not human people. That was something they took off too. The ability to climb over things. The sticky cover. Where you just had to push yourself to a wall with your weapon out. Should be able to get another side mission in. Oh.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Thank you for dealing with the hostage situation, Commander. Chairman Burns was quite impressed by the way you resolved the situation peacefully. Your assistance in helping me out. This is what we recommend. Fifth Fleet out.
Alright, we'll do the disc mission. I gotta go to the bathroom first. Oh. And we're back. Insignia recovered. We'll do Ashley and Kate in this mission. Are you tired of your man coat, eh? If you hear crunching sounds, because I'm having a cereal bar as a snack. I'm trying to eat it quietly, but there's only so much you can do with cereal. Oh, minerals. Minerals, minerals, minerals. Oh, yeah.
Heading to position.
Charged and locked.
Alright, that right there proves games are ours.
Jumping off of cliffs into doing crazy stuff.
Boxes with them.
Haha! Fuck you, sheer cliff.
Away.
I just skyrimmed your ass. Yes, that was a sniper shot from a base that I can barely make out in the distance. The sniping is ridiculous in this game. combined with the fact that they haven't been charged in a while.
I will destroy you!
But yeah, them Mass Effect 1 snipers. What?
I'm on it! I'm on it!
I will destroy you! Enemies everywhere! I will destroy you! Enemies everywhere! Enemies everywhere! Locked and loaded. Go, enemies everywhere! Go, go, go! Go, go, go!
I got a little bit hairy. I almost died there because I forgot to put up my barrier. Man, those boxes opened up easy for me. That was nice. That's it for that mission. Yes, I do all the side quests that come up in as soon as you get the ship before I do either of the main quests. Go talk to the crew.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander.
We'll talk another time.
Commander?
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
I just wanted to talk.
Fair enough. What did you want to talk about?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Go Q&A.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes, a meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
It sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men left from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard? I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
Who has it?
Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Taun Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember the Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating them?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless. During the course of my investigation, we noticed an increase in the trade of body parts. Organs, mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one War diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs, had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation, to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Good thinking. Lackeys are always easier to scare.
Exactly. Though in this case it paid off in a different way. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but C-Sec headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
No wonder you hated it there. Those idiots just let him fly away.
Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
A few casualties is a small price to pay to stop someone like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those hostages might be wishing they'd died by now anyway. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He'd
changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart. His idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Leon, I want to be there when you find him.
I think I will call it a day for today, because I've got movies to watch and I'm feeling a bit of a headache coming on, probably from wearing the headsets. But we got a good few hours of gaming in, so everything's cool.